In this video, I'm going to give you my updated guide on how to capture and digitize your VHS tapes. So let's first talk about the hardware requirements that you'll need. First thing you need is either a Mac or a Windows PC computer, a USB capture device. In this case, I'm using the DigitNow VHS Capture device. If you are using a USB-C computer, you also need this USB-C to USB-A converter, composite cable, and a VHS player. And then you're going to plug in one end of the composite cable to the adapter and the other end to the output of the VHS player. And then plug the USB part from the adapter to your computer. Now let's talk about the capture resolution. So looking on the internet, there is a whole variety of different answers, and there isn't really a definitive answer. And after doing some research, I'm going to go with 720 by 480 if you're on the NTSC format, 30 frames per second, and for PAL is 768 by 576, 25 frames per second. Now, if you know a different answer to this, please leave your comments below. So what we're going to do now is head on to obsprojects.com and download OBS Studios. For my case, I'm going to download the macOS version. And you're going to pick between an Intel Mac or a Apple Silicon Mac. So if you have an Intel computer Mac, go ahead and select macOS Intel. If you have a M1 or M2 Mac, then you're going to pick Apple Silicon. In my case, my test machine is a Intel Mac, so I'm just going to click on the Intel version and download it to my computer. Once the download has been finished, let's look for the DMG, and it could be in your downloads area or your desktop. In my case, it's on downloads for my computer, so I'm going to click on the DMG. And all I do is to install OBS Studios on a Mac, I just drag the OBS icon into the applications folder. And we're going to wait for it to install. And once it has been installed, just go ahead and double click on OBS, and we're going to wait for the application to launch. Now you might get this screen says that OBS would like to access the microphone. OBS needs to access the microphone to enable audio input. In this case, just go ahead and click OK. And this is optional if you want to get automatic updates. In my case, I'm just going to click on Don't Check. And when you first open up OBS for the first time on a computer, you might get this configuration wizard window. And you could definitely just pick one of these options if you want OBS to create a default optimized settings for you, or you can always customize it later on. So I'm just going to click cancel. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to mute this microphone and auxiliary section right here. So that way when we do record, we will not pick up the sound from our internal microphone. Next up, we're going to add our sources, and you always want to make sure in OBS that you have at least one scene. And just click on the plus sign right here in the sources area. Click video capture, and I could rename that device right there. And I'm just going to rename it to VHS. And I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to click on AV to USB 2.0. That's what my device shows. When you add your video capture device, you might see this other prompt that's asking you to allow OBS to access your cameras. Go ahead and click on OK. Now I could use a preset that's included in my device, and the resolutions will only go to 640 by 480. Now, if I uncheck use presets, I could pick one of these right here as well. If you want the highest quality as possible, you could try using 720 by 480, but anything beyond that is really, it's just really gonna blow up the picture, and it's just gonna look more pixelated, or possibly just the quality isn't that great. So we're gonna go with 720 by 480, and we're gonna keep the FPS at 30 frames per second, or 25 if you are in the PAL region. And then I'm just gonna click OK. Now I also want to resize this canvas right here to just make it look like it matches perfectly. So I could just go to settings, go to video, And I could just type in 720 by 480. And do the same thing for the output scale. And I'm gonna click OK. So there it is. And again, with the resolution, my advice is to play around with the different resolutions that's offered from your capture device and see which quality looks better for you. We also need to add the audio from our VHS capture device in the audio mixer. So we're just gonna go back to settings, then go to audio, and mic auxiliary audio 2, we could just click on that and then select the USB 2.0 mic. And then we just click OK. Now, the other thing you need to do is you want to change the advanced audio properties. So just click on these three dots right here. Click on advanced audio properties. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at the mic auxiliary 2. And we could set to monitor off or monitor only mute output and monitor and output. So the thing is with monitoring, you could either leave that off, meaning that you won't be able to hear the sound, but it's still going to capture it. You could monitor the recording, but there won't be any output. So you still see the sound is being recorded, but you won't be able to hear it. If you want to be able to monitor and hear the sound being recorded, then you want to click on monitor and output. And right here, this is where you get to select the audio tracks. How many tracks do you want in your video file? And for me, I'm just going to select one audio track. Once you have that completed, just go ahead, click close. And a few other things that you want to look at is in the video section. So we'll go back to settings, go to output, and you want to change this output mode to advanced. And let's go to recording. And what we want to do right now is kind of change the recording settings. So you could change the recording path. For my case, I'm just going to keep it in the movies folder. The recording format, I will make it into MPEG-4. Video encoder, I'm going to select X264. Now everyone's computers could be a little bit different. Now if you're using a faster Mac, I will suggest you might want to use the hardware encoder. But for my case, I'm using a slower one, so I'm just going to use the 264. And I'm going to keep the audio encoder just the way it is. Again, one audio track. I'm not going to rescale the output. And right here, you get to control the rate or the bit rate of your video. So it all depends, again, on your computer. You're going to have to play around the settings to see what works for your computer. In my case, I'm just going to keep it as CBR 2500 kilobits per second. Again, it all depends on your computer. And the CPU usage preset, you can set to either very fast, that's by default, or you could go to even ultra fast or super fast. So I'm going to go to ultra fast, and higher equals less CPU. And after that, I'm just going to click apply and then click OK. So now you're ready to start recording. So the first thing I would do is I would just hit record first in OBS. And then once you have queued up the location of the VHS where you want to start recording, just go ahead, hit play on your VHS player and start recording. And once you've finished recording your VHS, make sure press stop on your VHS player. And one thing you want to notice and keep an eye out is during the recording process, the CPU usage. If you're using a lot of CPU, it's going to give you this message. In my case, I don't see it right now, so everything's okay. Now, when you're done recording, just go ahead, click on stop recording, and it'll tell you that the recording has been saved into the destination folder. And I'm going to open it in QuickTime, and it looks like it's been captured. And let's see what information we could get. We could go to the window, show movie inspector. Yep, the resolution is a 720 by 480 video. So Let's see what happens if we go full screen. So there it is. You just capture your VHS tapes and then made it into a digital format like the MP4. First thing you want to do is you want to go to obsprojects.com, and this time, if you're on a Windows computer, go ahead and download the Windows version of OBS Studios. Once you've downloaded, go ahead and launch the installer so you can install the software. So once you have installed OBS Studios, just go ahead and launch the program. Now again, when you first start off with the software, you might get this auto configuration wizard. You could either use this to kind of set up OBS, or you could do it manually, which I'll be doing that later on in this tutorial. So I'm just going to click cancel. And what we're going to do now is we want to make sure that we have at least one scene right here, and we could rename this to something else, but I'm just going to leave it as scene. Now we're going to add our sources, and I'm just going to hit the plus sign, go to video capture device. And in this case, I'm just going to rename this to VHS. And I'm going to look for my device, which is called AV to USB 2.0. And I don't want to select device defaults. What I want to do is custom, so I could change the resolution. And I'm going to keep it at 720 by 480. And let's do 30 frames per second. And we're going to click OK. And just to double check, we're going to go back to settings. Go back to video. And our base canvas is set to 720 by 480. I want to change the output resolution as well. 720 by 480. I'm going to click apply and then OK. Next thing we want to do is you want to go back to settings. Go back to audio. For desktop audio, we'll just leave it as default, but we're going to mute it later on before we start capturing our VHS tapes. Same thing for desktop audio too. We're actually going to disable that. Mic auxiliary audio, that will be like a microphone if you have something connected. I'm going to keep that disabled. What I want to do is I want to use the mic auxiliary audio 2, then select microphone USB 2.0 mic. That is what the adapter is using. So I'm just going to click apply and then OK. And I'm also going to click on the advanced audio properties. I just click on these three dots right here, right next to mic/aux2. And I want to make sure that there is just one audio track. Now, if you want two audio tracks, you could just check off two. But for me, I'm just going to check off one. And that will be the mic/aux2. And I also want to make sure that I am able to monitor and hear the output as well. So I'm going to click close. Next thing I want to do is go back to settings, and we're actually going to go back to output. And output mode, you want to change from simple to advanced. And let's go to the recording tab. And then it's going to show you the recording path, and you could change that by clicking on browse. You can select a different folder. I'm going to keep it Mp4. And I'm basically just going to leave these by default. And again, depending on your computer, you're going to have to play around with the settings and see which one works for you. For the preset, I'm just going to click on recording, and then I'm going to keep it balanced. And the target bitrate, I'm going to leave it at this bitrate first. Now, if I notice that it starts hogging up the CPU on my computer, then I'm going to change it, make it a little bit lower. So this is the part where you do have to experiment a little bit, because it really depends on your computer. So for now, I'm just going to hit apply and then OK. So now I'm ready to record. So what I like to do is I click on the start recording button first. Then I press play on my VHS player. And once I'm done, I just press on the stop button on the VHS player, and also make sure to click on the stop recording button in OBS Studios. And it'll tell you where the recording was saved. So now I'm going to look for that video file. And here is the file. And I'm just going to skim through it real quick. There it is. Got the same capture. Yeah, so now it's in a MP4 format. And let's also see properties. And the resolution is 720 by 480. Now here are some additional bonus tips for everyone. On Windows, if you're having trouble seeing your video capture device, let's say for example, you just add the sources, but it's showing a black screen, what you want to do is you want to make sure you search for camera privacy settings. Once you are in the privacy and security under the camera section, you want to make sure camera access is turned on, and also the let apps access your camera, that is on. Scroll all the way down to make sure OBS is added into that section. And also you want to make sure let desktop apps access your camera. If you don't see the capture device in macOS, go ahead and go to System Settings, go to Privacy and Security, and then under the camera section, you want to make sure that OBS is allowed to use the computer's camera and also microphone as well. And under Accessibility, you also want to make sure OBS is enabled as well. If for some reason your audio is out of sync while you're capturing, you want to play around with the sync offset. All you do is just click on the three dots next to the audio source of your capture device, go to Advanced Audio Properties, and you want to play around with the sync offset. Normally, I find that 100 milliseconds should fix the issue, but again, it all depends on your videos, and you're just going to have to play around with it. If for some reason your capture device is not being detected by your computer, you're going to have to find the drivers. So make sure you know the manufacturer of your capture device and see on their website if they have any drivers for it. Now, if you're experiencing flickering issues or discoloring issues, it might be a problem with the capture device itself. There is a post about this within the OBS forum, so I'll leave a link in the description and you can read more about it. So that's how you use OBS Studios to capture and digitize your VHS collection. I'll leave all the links in the description to all the products that I mentioned and also the articles. And they are affiliate links, so if you do make a purchase using those links, I do get a commission. Do you have an old USB printer and you want to make it into a wireless printer? You can check out that tutorial right here.